everyone, welcome to Melancholy Coaching Podcast. Join me as I interview inspiring business owners and self-improvement seekers while exploring business building, monetizing ideas and practical takeaways. Let's ignite our creative potential together. Hello and welcome to Melancholy Coaching Podcast, the show that highlights different business owners and ideas. I'm Fran, your NLP and business coach, and I'm pleased to introduce a motivational guest. Bianca is a dedicated wedding cake designer, bit of a mouthful there, and cake tutor, like you've got it all going on, who has been baking and decorating wedding cakes since 2013. She creates unforgettable desserts that honour memories and recently launched a cake school to mentor hobbyists who need a little extra guidance. As a wife and mum of three, she coordinates orders and school runs amid a lively, happy home. Bianca, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
That's okay, you're very welcome. Just for complete transparency, we met in person at an event. And then I said, I'm looking for people to interview on my podcast, and that's how we connected,
Right.
which is lovely. So we've met, and now we're online friends.
Yeah.
Yeah. So firstly, I've got a couple of questions for you, and we'll have a little chat around that if that's okay with you. And the first one I've got for you is, what inspired you to start a cake school?
Yeah, no, it's a good question because I started off as a self-taught hobby baker. So I was sort of unsure of my abilities. I didn't want to call myself like a wedding cake designer. I just loved desserts, really. I wanted to enjoy them and allow other people to enjoy them as well. And looking back, my early cakes, they weren't great. Some of them were like dense, domed tops and covered in icing before they could cool down. So that happened. The curiosity didn't really leave. I always wanted to better myself, and I learned a lot through trial and error and a lot of persistence. And so I know how frustrating it is when your cakes don't turn out right. And I just remember feeling unsure and overwhelmed and I'm not going to get this right. And that, together with inquiries from people asking me, do I do classes? And at the time I was like, no, I don't. I don't. I'm just doing wedding cakes. But I thought I'm at a good place now. I'm stable in my wedding cake business, and I'm getting these inquiries about lessons. I know what it feels like to be a beginner, so I thought, why not? Let me just help other hobby bakers to be proud of their work, and even if they want to look at selling cakes in the future, steps to go through and to things to avoid that I wish that I had at the time.
That's the thing though, isn't it? Because when we learn something or we've got a particular skill set, it's all we need to be is a few steps ahead of somebody else to hold our hand out and help them along. And you
Yeah,
can also build that into a business. So that can be part of your free offerings, your lead magnet, that can be part of your nurture. It can be part of like pro bono work that maybe you do. So there's so many different avenues to go down with it. But
yeah,
basically, it's about us learning skills and then utilizing it to help others in whatever form that looks like. And the whole trial and error thing, don't we all though through life? Don't we all?
yeah. This might work, it might not. Okay.
Yeah. I feel like I'm in my 50s now, and I feel like I've lived a few different lifetimes already because it was
Mm.
just at different stages of my life and it was contextual to that time in my life as
Yeah.
well. And I feel like it's not necessarily so much about us starting again. We just learn and evolve. And
Yes.
you have to make mistakes to learn, in my opinion. Like I believe that's what we're here for.
Yeah.
We learn
Yes,
from things that didn't quite go right because you refine things, don't you? And that's what you've done
exactly.
with your wedding cake business. You've had to learn yourself
Yes.
and get through those errors and those potential mistakes or, those learning
Mm.
curves.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly what you said. And taking the errors and using them
Yeah.
as knowledge, as research. Okay, that didn't work. So let's not do that. Let's do more of that. And I want to build that in the bakers that I teach, that yes, it might not go to plan, but use that information to help you with the next bake. Sometimes a lot of it is confidence, and I get that as well. And confidence can fluctuate. So really helping them to, um, be a bit more, give yourself some leeway, be kind to yourself. It's not going to be perfect. No one's perfect. It's not going to be perfect every time, but, using that to better yourself in some way. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, it's holding yourself to a certain standard, isn't it? Um, because there's a whole big old thing about perfectionism that we're not going to get into right
I
now.
know.
But it's, and I do understand that it can hold people in fear, and it can be something to stop people from moving on. Um,
Yes.
and this is just about holding yourself to a certain standard. If you want to achieve something, I believe it's achievable. You just got to find the
Yeah.
right mentor, the right tutor, to help you get there.
Yes.
Um,
Yeah.
just to throw a little bit extra in there to ask you, just to get a little bit more specific
Mm,
on who it is that you're helping as hobbyists. So I'll give you an example. I'm vegan, so I wouldn't bake with eggs or with milk, with dairy milk. Is that something you could accommodate? Is it people generally that are either kind of omnis or vegetarians? Is it people that have baked before? Is it anyone with no experience? Like, whereabouts are you positioning
yes.
your school?
That's a good question. It's
Mm.
hobby bakers that are already good at what they're doing, but need a little bit more guidance. So they're sort of, they're there with the baking, but sometimes it's the decorating, the confidence with the decorating of the cake, the
Right.
structure, what to do when things go wrong, how to manage frosting because it can be temperamental. If you're in the middle of a UK summer when we get it, it can kind of not go right. So hobby bakers and yes, some beginners as well because I do have like tips and hacks for beginner bakers. You mentioned a good point about the uh, if you have got dietary requirements.
Yeah.
Some things you can find alternatives, but I hadn't really delved into that because it's a tricky one, isn't it? So
Potentially something for the hobbyists themselves to figure out because some people generally would have maybe an allergy or an intolerance or, you know,
yeah,
can, but potentially it could be that they know what ingredients they can use
yeah,
already, and then you can get them to the next stage of, well, this is how you can ice something, this is how you can frost it, this is how you can elaborate on the baking knowledge that you've got.
yeah. No, it's a really good point because in supermarkets it's hard because I did in the wedding cake side of my business. I do gluten-free cakes.
Yeah.
I did do vegan, but I wanted to find something really a good recipe to really kind of make it worthwhile. So I sort of stopped because um, I couldn't find one I was happy with for my
It's
client.
interesting because my one of my daughters got married, I think it was last year, and she had a non-dairy top tier of her cake that still had eggs, but it was non-dairy. And then my
Yeah,
other daughter's getting married, and she's just having her wedding cake how she wants it herself. And then she's organised kind of dairy-free cupcakes for
yes,
anybody with potential allergies because she's got friends that have
yes,
got dairy allergies.
yeah,
So there's other ways of going around it, isn't it?
yeah.
If you're creative.
Yeah, exactly. I can tweak things like that with the dairy, but the like complete vegan, I'm always wanting to give the best, and
Yeah,
I'm working on the vegan side.
yeah,
But it's good for when people come to me and they want to learn how to bake, that they know what's going into their cake. So when they go to a supermarket,
yeah,
it's hard, isn't it? When you've got a little aisle just for free from, and then the cakes don't really taste that great and they've got a whole load of other stuff in it or it's super sweet. So
yes,
if you know
yeah,
how to the foundation, the baking and how to do it well, then you can add your the ingredients that you like and know what you're putting in it and still have it
Yeah.
taste nice. So hopefully I
This
can give them the foundation.
this does lend itself to the fact that as business owners and business builders, you you create the business that you dream of and that you desire, and you attract the people for that. We don't have to be for everybody.
Hmm.
We don't have to be for everybody, but potentially some of the skill sets that we've got, people can adapt it to
Yes.
their specific needs.
Yeah. Exactly that. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. And also, just out of interest, do you do tiered cakes? Because
Yes.
I remember back in the day, it was a big thing to put pillars, wasn't it? And then the next
Yeah.
cake, and but they sink, don't they?
Ye- that's to do with the structural engineering. Yes, it is a real thing. You do have to support the cake really well. So if there's no support on the from the tier below, it can't support the one above. So I do tiered cakes. There is a whole structure that goes on. So each cake is on a board. So
Yeah.
um, and then you have dowel that rest on it. So from looking at it, you can't see all that, but inside you've got a whole
So
structural
there's a
thing
whole lot of
going
other
on.
stuff going on, isn't there?
Yeah,
Yeah. And that's where you've got the specialist knowledge to,
yes,
to do this, the orders of cakes that you do, but potentially build it into your cake school, maybe if people are, you're going to
yeah,
bring them along to that stage as well.
yeah. So I'm really like focused on once you've got the foundations, you're flying. You can move on to the next level of a tiered cake. Maybe two, start with two tiers, and see how you get on. But definitely, once you know how it all works, the sky's the limit. Yeah, you can do anything.
See, I'm all about helping people with limiting beliefs and the
Mhm.
labels that we give ourselves and the identities that that creates. However, I would just like to state that I'm a terrible baker. Terrible. Baker. And a lot of it is because I have no patience and I want to open that oven and everything it's just no
Yeah.
good.
Well, at least you've identified where you're going wrong. Let's open that oven.
But see, even the timing and the measurements, everything is such a skill, isn't it?
Yeah. People do say that to me that it's so specific. It's this, you got to have this measurement. Whereas if you're cooking like something savory, or you can just, oh, I'll add a little bit more of this or
Yeah.
put a touch of that. Baking, there's a very fine lines if you add too much or too little of something. Yeah.
I found that fine line. Found it. Right. Um, so this leads me on to the next question that I've got for you.
Yeah.
Balancing busy business with a family life. So your wife, your mum. So balancing that busy business with your family life can be challenging. Um,
Yeah.
what routines help you stay creative and organized?
Yeah, I love being organized. I love me a to-do list. I like checking things
Ah, good.
off. So being organized is my superpower anyway, I feel. But definitely with three children in the mix and being a wife, I need to time block. I've learned over the years that it's important to protect certain parts of my life and my day, making sure I've got time for family. So definitely I plan the week ahead. So time block things out. I've got
Yeah.
systems in place with my business to make things run smoother. So I outsource some things like my accounts because numbers, I don't enjoy working with numbers. So why not let somebody else do it? So that kind of eases a bit of pressure as well with the
But
work.
that's the thing, isn't it? Working out where your non-negotiables are. So, you're protecting your time and the fact that you like to stay organized, but then outsourcing the things that would either take you longer or that you don't
Yeah,
enjoy.
yeah, exactly. And that's
We don't have to do everything, do we?
yeah. Yeah, this is the mindset I had to get out of at the beginning. Oh, I have to do this because it's my business, and I've got to do that, and I've got to do that, and but I don't.
The
Someone,
control.
yeah. So why not free it up for someone who's more experienced at that as me than me as well, and can get it done quicker, or I don't enjoy, like you said. So that does leave more time for things I like designing cakes, designing content, or going on social media to help other people. So spending time doing the things that I enjoy.
So that inspires your creativity as such because you're building in those blocks of time
Yes.
within your week, and you're making your to-do lists, and that helps,
Yeah,
you know, your brain get into the creative space that you choose to be in,
exactly. Yeah.
um, that
Yeah.
doesn't involve accounts.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Don't ask me about numbers. Although I need maths for baking. So I'm sort of, I don't know
Do you
what.
know what? That's somebody else's creative space, though, isn't it? Accountancy, that's a whole different thing. But yeah, you must do numbers. See, I struggle with numbers. I've got dyscalculia, so I start off like with really good intentions and then make the rest up, and you know, I'd be I'd be doing all sorts of things. So
Yeah. Yeah. So definitely protecting my time and not feeling pressure to do things outside of that. If I've set myself, this is my working hours, then not replying to emails in the middle of the night because that's not protecting my time, my energy, my
yeah,
space. So that's how I manage. Yeah.
amazing. Right, thank you so much. Um, just gonna ask you, what's next for you?
Ooh, what is next? So I'm excited about expanding the cake school. I want to add decorating courses that complement the current one that I've got, which is the entry level um, uh, baking course, and so that I can reach more hobby bakers that feel sort of intimidated by cake decorating. Because when I do hear what I do here online, there's a lot to do with cake decorating and feeling proud of their work and wanting to sell. So that's what I want to focus on, and also just explore my creative side as well, even more in my own work. So hoping that will inspire students to push their own boundaries. So yeah, excited about what's coming up. Yeah.
All right, for anybody who this goes out in video format as well, and anybody watching on video, I've just been delving under my desk and doing something, so apologies for that. Um, because you can find this as an actual podcast, the audio, and then it also goes out in video format on YouTube as well. So, is what it is there. Um, I
Yeah.
like it. I like it though that you're building something that you kind of learn about, with your cakes and everything, and then you're building in the school as well, and then how to do other things with it. And that's the thing, is having that room for growth.
Yes. Yeah. It's important, especially well in anything, but growth in your creative styling. Because I feel like what I started out with has sort of evolved, and I know more of what I like, and I like to do this sort of thing. But there's, like you said, there's room to grow, room to experiment. Okay, I tried
Yeah.
that. Maybe I'll do this different. So I like all of that aspect of it. Definitely important for all of us. Yeah, focus on.
Mm. Right,
Mm.
so thank you for sharing your journey and your I'm going to say delicious insights with us today.
Yes,
Inspire some cake hobbyists.
I hope
Um,
so.
yeah, good. For those of you interested to find out more, you can find Bianca at Bees Cakes. Now this is BEEZ underscore cakes.
Yes,
So on Instagram. Um, and on Instagram, you're also there as Bees Cake School.
yes,
Yeah. And your website is www.beescakes.co.uk, and that's bees BEEZ.
yes.
You did mention TikTok as well.
I am on
So
TikTok.
are
Yes,
you?
these
Are
cakes.
you?
Yeah.
Do you share any cake making on there, or
I do. And this year I did start last year with some lives, so showing how I'm making my actual wedding cakes and tips
yeah.
and things like that. So definitely this year I'm going to be doing more of the same thing, helping people see, getting, behind the scenes of my
Yeah.
kitchen and baking. So yes, definitely on TikTok if anyone wants to join me there.
Oh, I'm going to come find you everywhere. So
Please do.
if you're interested in more content like this, be sure to visit www.melancholymentor.com. That's me. Um, and I'm not always like, this disorganized with my desk and stuff like that. It ebbs and flows.
No
Ebbs and flows.
worries.
And follow us for the latest updates, because the latest podcast goes on there as well. Until next time, stay curious, keep igniting your creative potential, and go and find Bianca at Bees Bakes.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening. I'd love you to subscribe and visit www.melancholymentor.com for the latest updates. Until next time, stay curious and keep igniting your creative potential.